Now we have Citroen C5 with 2.0 HDI engine from 2010 review with 140 HP and a total of 415,000 kilometers driven. We're driving today on this beautiful day in the Citroen C5 2.0 HDI with the owner of it and doing this review in the form of an interview. The owner owns the Citroen C5 2.0 HDI round 8 mounts and bought it with 407,000 kilometers on the odometer. The first question is always, why do you choose this vehicle between other vehicles on that price tag in 2023? Tell us a few reasons.
I was an owner of Citroen Xterra for more than 20 years, and I was pretty satisfied with that Citroen soft ride with minimum defects but with no air conditioning. It was hard to drive in the summer. We also own a Volkswagen Passat wagon from 2003. Volkswagen Passat is bigger than the Citroen Xterra, but the Xterra has a softer ride and it was more comfortable for me while I was driving. Volkswagen Passat was quicker, but when I was driving him, especially on twisty roads, I felt that I lose control over him, and a few times the back of the car slipped a little. Somehow I was more impressed by the Citroen, especially from the soft ride, because here where I live, we have bad roads with a lot of holes in them, and a relaxed ride is important for me. The main reason was the soft ride and relaxed drive in the Citroen, so I was ready for the newer Citroen. I decided to find Citroen C5 2.0 HDI, and I succeeded in that. On a car lot for used cars, I found a Citroen C5 with 2.0 HDI engine and with 140 horsepower from 2010 that looked very nice and preserved. But when I saw how many kilometers have on it, I got scared a little, so I went to the mechanic and I took it with me on a car lot to check the Citroen. We went on a test drive and did a few tests on it, and the mechanic said that the engine was in great condition besides the kilometers on it. The price was good for me. One more plus was the 4-degree hydraulic spring for a softer ride, so I decided to take it.
You definitely want a very soft ride. Now tell me, so far do you have problems, defects, and so on with your Citroen C5? How are you satisfied with it?
After I bought the car, I went to a mechanic to do a regular service to replace the line belt and timing belt, water pump, oil, and filters. 2 months after buying the car, the rear springs were replaced because there was a clicking noise. The display on the central console is not good. In daylight, you can hardly see what it says, and at night it is a little better, but not good. I need to replace it. I think this display is a common problem with many Citroen vehicles. Also, I am currently having a problem with the air conditioning. After turning on the AC, it works for only 1-2 minutes and immediately turns off. I have been to many mechanics and they all say that the compressor cooling fan is a fault, but none of them want to change it. And if it doesn't fix the problem, to bring my old fan back and to look for the problem in another place, but no mechanics agrees with those conditions. Eventually, after a lot of research, I fixed it myself. The fault was a loose wire in the fan. If anyone has a similar problem with the AC, feel free to contact me through the reviewer360.com website through my profile.
Yes, if someone has any kind of question about your Citroen C5 2.0 HDI from 2010, they can contact you. Now, tell me something about the fuel consumption, expenses of owning the car, whether is it easy to travel with, cargo space, driving in town, driving in the motorway, noise on high speed, infotainment system, etc.
7.9 liters per 100 kilometers average in the city with a lot of starts and stops and a lot of traffic jam was the consumption when I tested. On open roads, the average is around 4.2 liters per 100 kilometers. So average fuel consumption is 6 liters per 100 kilometers. When I bought it, then I made a full service with changing oils, filters, fuel pump, belts, tensioners, and all that cost me around 800 euros. Driving in the city is difficult for me. It is a long vehicle and still I have a little problem when I need to park the car in small parking spots. Big side mirrors and parking sensors help a bit, but still it is hard for me. When driving at higher speed, the car springs are lowered down so the ride is more perfect and the music from the sound system goes up so you don't hear noise from tires and engine, but overall this car has nice sound insulation so the ride on highways is not hard and it doesn't tire you. When I turn off the engine, the car lowers itself and the handbrake automatically turns on. The function auto hold on hills helps a lot.
Thanks for the helpful information. Now tell me, will you recommend the Citroen C5 2.0 HDI to some potential buyers?
Everyone who wants a soft and relaxed ride is a potential buyer for the Citroen C5. It is not a racing car, so it is not that fast. Although it has 140 horsepower, it is not a problem to overdrive another vehicle on a highway. The steering wheel was strange at the beginning and the buttons on it were hard to push, but as time goes by, it is still somehow weird, but I will get used to it.
At the end, tell me 3 negative and 3 positive things about the Citroen C5.
Let's start with negative things about Citroen C5. First, hard to park in the city because it is a big car. Second, TMPS sensors sometimes alert me of problems with tires, although there is no problem, especially when I change from winter to summer tires and vice versa. The steering wheel could be like in the normal cars. That is for number 3. Now positive things. Soft ride on first place, big trunk and space inside the cabin. On second place, third, the engine is great with 415,000 kilometers driven. It still runs very smoothly.
Thank you for the information about your Citroen C5. Visit reviewer360.com if you want to view more reviews. Also, it means a lot to us if you subscribe to our channel.